Peace and blessings, Soul Tribe. Welcome back to the channel. New and returning overseas in America. Welcome to everyone. Guys, listen, first and foremost, before I go any further, I know some of you probably can hear it, okay? My asthma is flared up, um, but I'm going to try to push through this. Guys, forgive me, please, for being winded. Forgive me in advance for coughing. Um, Etc., etc. All right. I just had an asthma attack, and it is what it is, but I got to get this message out. All right. Um, and it's not really a message. I just kind of want to talk tonight. Um, so, guys, come on in, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, vibe with me a little bit. I want to talk about, I have a few things I want to talk about. We're going to talk about defeating witchcraft and prayer strategies and praying at strategic times for combating witchcraft. Okay. But before I get into that, I have a couple of announcements. I know that I have some emails that I have to respond to. Y'all, I promise you, I'm not ignoring y'all. It's been crazy busy the past few days. Y'all know it's just one me. And I can't be in 10 different places at a time doing 10 different things. So I promise I will get to the emails. If I owe anyone a call back or a call, it's coming. Thank you all for your patience, and I ask that you continue to exercise patience with me. So I have been asked by a few people about teaching classes, holding classes. Um, I've prayed about it, and the first class that I am going to hold will take place probably in September. Don't hold me on that, okay? Once I get the flyer made and get all of the information, the flyer will go up in the communities tab. But this class will be on spiritual cleansing, um, and the different ways that we cleanse ourselves spiritually and what it really means to cleanse spiritually. I feel like the spiritual bath is what's trendy, okay? However, in hoodoo, in the spiritual bath is like we use that, right? But it may not necessarily be what you think it is, right? The hoodoo spiritual bath is not a pretty bath, okay? And depending on what that bath is for, you get what I'm saying, will depend on the things you use, etc., etc. But I feel like spiritual cleansing is so important. Like, it is a huge part of the journey. But I feel like there are so many people who don't really understand um, why we do this, or like you may understand it on a surface level, but just on a deeper level, there are many people that don't understand or that don't realize that there are a multitude of ways to spiritually cleanse oneself. And so spiritual cleansing is going to be the first class. We're going to talk about some things. Y'all know I am not with this trendy new age stuff, okay? I practice traditional hoodoo and root work, okay? And so when I teach on it, I'm going to be teaching on it from that perspective, all right? Um, there will be a fee to register for that class. The class will be probably an hour, right? So we'll do like an hour or so, give or take a few minutes, of me talking, and then I will allow 30 minutes for Q&A. Okay? Stay tuned for that. More information to follow. Okay? Um, let's see what else. What else do I need to get out of the way? I think that's it for now. I'm gonna try to get through this before I have another asthma attack, y'all. Okay. Um, Praying strategically, and praying at different times of day, praying at the right time of day for what you are trying to do. Okay. Prayer changes things. All right. And in warfare, right? I don't care what kind of warfare it is, strategy is everything. Okay. And one thing I learned very early on in my walk is that we have to pray strategically. We have to war strategically. We have to get strategic in order to defeat the enemy and combat warfare, witchcraft, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And when I say the enemy, it's whomever the enemy is to you. Okay. Like that ain't, I'm not hung up on that. Whoever the enemy is to you. We have to be strategic. And so I know that my collective, you guys, you are familiar with the 8 prayer watches. I posted about the 8 prayer watches last year sometime. I am going to do a deep dive as a part of this warfare series. I'm going to do the warfare series, defeating witchcraft, what have you. I'm going to do a deep dive into the prayer watches where I talk about all 8 of the prayer watches. It is very important that we understand these 8 prayer watches and what those times are set apart for. Okay, we hear all the time about the 3 a.m. prayer watch, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., the witching hours, etc., etc., etc. We hear about that all the time because that is the time, one of the times of day, okay, that one should be praying to undo or to reverse the works of evil. When you are dealing with witchcraft, when you have someone that is coming against you, okay, the time of day that you pray is essential. You should be praying at midnight. You should be praying at 3 a.m. You should be praying at 6 a.m. And you should be praying at noonday. Okay? 12, 3, 6, 12. All right? Now, if you want to take the midnight time out of that equation, that 3 a.m., 6 a.m., and 12 noon, those 3 times, very important. But if you can leave the midnight time there if you want, okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to confuse anybody. But that 3 a.m., that 6 a.m., and that 12 noon day, very important, okay? If you will notice, like, particularly those of you who have come to me for customized work, for hoodoo, root work, etc. A lot of times in my instruction, I talk about sunrise. Sometimes there are things that have to be done at sunrise. I may say, read this Bible verse 9 times at sunrise, i.e. 6 a.m. or around that time, okay? And we do that when we're mainly when we're trying to bring things in, right? And most of the times it's at midnight or at night that we would use verses and scriptures for warring and to banish things, to and for protection, etc. Okay. So yes, the time that you pray, very important. Okay. Get strategic in your prayer life. Get strategic in your prayer life. If you normally pray one time a day at night before you go to bed. Change it up. Change it up. Pray in the morning when your eyes open. First thing upon rising. Pray with the rising of the sun. Pray at noonday. Pray at 3 a.m. Switch it up. Get strategic. I also want you to understand that another way to be strategic in your warfare, okay, is to pray silent prayers. All right. Every prayer does not need to be spoken aloud. Sometimes it is best to pray, especially when you are dealing with monitoring spirits and you know that you are dealing with monitoring spirits. It is best in those times to pray silent prayers, and God hears your silent prayers. Okay. Because the enemy cannot attack what the enemy does not know about. And the enemy only knows what you're doing. The enemy only knows what your plans are, your goals, what you got going on, because you're talking about it. Sometimes you got to stop talking. You got to move in silence. You have to operate in the spirit of silence. You have to master the art of silence. Okay? That is another strategic way to war, to battle, to combat the works of evil. Prayer times matter. Praying in silence and moving in silence matters. Those are three big things. Now, I want to talk, last but not least, right? I want to tell you one of the primary ways, one of the main ways, right? One of the most important things that has to be in existence in order to defeat witchcraft, right? And that is, y'all ready for this? Drum roll, please. Somebody do a drum roll. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But the first step, and it requires strategy, right? But at the same time, it doesn't. Okay. But the first step, one of the main steps to defeating witchcraft, overcoming warfare, and works of evil is knowing what was done to you, knowing what the intended target was. This is why divination is so important. This is why prayer and meditation are so important. Because you cannot combat something that someone has done if you don't know what they've done. Okay? You have to know what they've done in order to combat it, in order to come against it, in order to stop it, in order to defeat it. You have to know what their area of attack is. Are they attacking the health? Are they attacking the money? Are they attacking love life, job, etc.? What are they attacking? You have to know that in order to know what to protect, in order to know how to fight back, in order to know what to do. Divination is important. Before anybody calls themselves lighting a candle to return to sender, to get back at somebody, right? Or even to manifest money, right? Before you do any kind of work, divination is required. Divination is required. Divination is required. A lot of people are out here tripping themselves up because they are casting spells against people without doing divination. You have to do your due diligence, even in even in defeating it and overcoming it. You must do your due diligence. And divination is required so that you or the person who's working on your behalf can see exactly what was done, how it was done, and what needs to be done to undo it. Divination is going to not only tell you what was done, how it was done, and what you need to do to undo it. Divination is going to tell you if you got the go ahead to do it. It's going to tell you if it's going to work, etc., etc., etc. Divination is required. All right. So, guys, I'm going to put a pin in it right there. I hope that this information tonight has helped someone. Okay. I hope that this message blesses someone. Um, Guys, I am open for personal sessions. I am open for spiritual consultations. If you feel like you are dealing with witchcraft, black magic, if you feel like someone has done something to you, has sent some energy your way, I am open for consultations on the matter. Okay. Um, and in these consultations, and the consultations is like a 30-minute phone call, and we talk, we discuss, what's going on, and I'm able to advise in the consultation on the call what could be going on, what we're dealing with, and what needs to be done to counteract. And from there, we move on to the actual work and or service. Okay. I am open for consultations. I am open for personal readings and or prophetic messages. Some people lately have been preferring, when they book their personal readings, they are preferring me to just flow prophetically, and they find that that blesses them tremendously. And so I have incorporated this as a service. And so, um, I'm open for all of that. All right. So if anybody needs anything, feel free to hit me up. Guys, I am doing a small giveaway later on this week. All right. I'm going to be choosing someone randomly. All right. I am going to, and I'm not doing the choosing. Okay. The Holy Spirit is going to choose. The Holy Spirit is going to choose, but it will be random. This will not be the last giveaway. I'm going to try to do a giveaway on a regular basis, be it monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly. All right. But I'm in this era of giving back. And so, and that's what it's all about. It's about each one reach one, each one teach one, and just lending a helping hand. There certainly have been times when I've needed a helping hand, and God has always sent an angel to be a blessing. And, you know, it may not be anything big, but I want to be a blessing to someone, um, to someone. All right. So stay tuned for that. And listen, if you're not selected this month, it is okay to drop that Cash App every month that I post that flyer, because again, I will be doing it routinely. I don't know how often yet. However, I'm led. But guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. I love all of y'all. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button. Listen, don't forget to hit the like button. That is a free and energetic way to support the channel. It also boosts the video so that it can reach more people. That's not necessarily for me per se. That's so that this message can reach all whom it needs to reach. All right. I prayed and manifested that this video will reach those who need this information. Okay. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. We would love to have you a part of the Geechee family, the Geechee Empress community. Um, we are a happy family over here. This is a safe space for everyone. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Okay, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. But I love y'all. You guys be blessed. Thank you all so much for bearing with me and being winded. Be blessed. I'm sending all of you guys peace and love. Until next time, bye bye.